Hey everybody, Asher here, and welcome back to Starsector. For some of you who've been keeping up with the series, it's been a little while. For those of you who are binge watching this later on down the line, it doesn't feel like much of a delay at all. But we're here, we'll talk about some stuff a little bit later, I'm sure. But for now, we have explored some black holes. We need to figure out where exactly we're going back to. We need to figure out not so much that we're going to colonize something. We do have a lot of goodies that we need to ship off somewhere. That is a shit ton of goodies, in fact. No, what we need to do, honestly, is figure out what exactly the plan is for how we are going to get ourselves a little bit more of a fleet that will let us carry around more cargo. Like, this is a very nice destroyer tanker, and you can see here that we're level 7, so that means that we have... Sorry, I wanted to get up my little Rules of the Run reference sheet just to make sure that I had this right. We're level 7, almost level 8, which means that we have almost gotten to the point where we can get ourselves a cruiser to go along with some destroyers. And we do have some good cruisers available. Also got some excellent ship name suggestions. Keep them coming. I haven't updated these yet. It's something that more we'll figure out when we get to port. But for now, I am happy with the ships that I'm carrying around with me, even if it's not as good as it used to be. But regardless, we are here. We've got some stuff. We have a thing that maybe I oversold at the end last time about whether it's trying to kill us or not. I guess we're going to find out in a second. We are not going to recover the phase tendon, whatever here. We're going to instead pop this and find out that we don't have a crap ton of cargo capacity, so rip my ambitions just a little bit, but we will take the fuel. We haven't been doing a good job selling some of these weapons here. I actually don't know how much I need for some of these small things, regardless of whether or not they're good. We're just going to do a mass sell off for some of these things right now, just so we can grab a little more of this. That actually was kind of useless. Let's abort that for a second. Okay, we're gonna grab you. We're gonna need the supplies. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna cut our losses a little bit. We have a lot of stuff here. This is why we don't pop the mining station, I guess. What are we repairing for? I guess we have a bunch of combat readiness. We have this thing that's mothballed. I'm a little bit confused. Maybe it has been a little while since I've played, but I didn't think that my I mean, we have this fight that happened, but it was a little while ago. Not exactly sure what's going on for why my combat readiness would be so low on my drams. We'll figure that out later. For now, we have this. We're going to check the mining station, but we're not going to salvage it, especially when we have things that we can repair with a nano forge here. So that will stay saved. And that concludes this business here. So I think what that means is that we need to maybe kind of try a way to get a level here, which means we probably are not going to be probably not going to be disrupting the spaceport, since we probably actually need to break it here. We're not going to be doing a promise just yet. It looks like we're probably heading back into town, see if we can get some more business from Midnight Dissonant. Maybe even try to scrap with some pirates just to make sure that we can get a little bit more of a transport good available, because what I'd like to do is to get some logistics ships in order so that we can move on up. But I think maybe Gamma Spira is going to be worth my time to explore. We always are looking for more gates. I did pull up the gate map here. So we know there's one here. Technically, we can fly back to the core worlds this way. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm actually kind of curious about what that fleet is. We're going to ping here. There's a lot of space garbage that we left by the event horizon last time. But I think the exploration here is almost done. And at this point, it's probably better... Oh my gosh. We got somebody hanging out here. It's a space ghost, and it's space bugs. And they all want to say hello. So we're just going to fly in the other direction and see what nastiness we can get into here. Integrated Academy. Who are they? We'll figure that out later. So there's a distress call from the Gamma Spira system. Let's jump in anyway. I mean, it's a distress signal. How bad could it be? Pretty bad. Okay, well, while we're here, I mainly just wanted to see if there was a gate in here, and it doesn't appear to be, so... Can we do inter-system jump point any day now? Okay, jump to hyperspace, thank you. Question is, are they going to chase me out into hyperspace? That was a little bit of an irresponsible way for me to reintroduce myself back into Starsector after not playing for a little bit, but it's fine. Let's go visit Mona, best girl from Genshin Impact. Okay, that's not really true. Okay, we always let them E-burn first. That is the rule here. And I think we're gonna pop into the Callan Gravity Well. Even though it's dangerous, surely they won't follow me all the way out here. And it's funny because I probably actually could take on that fleet. It's just even with this few set of ships, we've seen how hard we can punch above our weight, even with some of these builds. It's just all three of them together are a little bit more of a problem. So here, there is a gate. Now, this is fascinating because I didn't actually see like any warning beacons. There is a comm relay here, which is also very nice. It's probably means we're safe. The AI generally doesn't go running in through some of those like gravity wells for gas giants. Okay, so take the pristine nanoforge and risk the explosion, or destroy the control room, including the tech here. Well, it's a pristine nanoforge, but we don't need as many pristine nanoforges. We really only need the one, but I don't have an option here. I'd love to just try this later. So we're going to try taking... hey, look, it exploded. We lost some crew. And we probably took some ship damage, too. Yeah, okay. Not my favorite, but that's the name of the game. We got another unidentified sensor contact over here and a gate. Maybe there's more stuff I could have gotten from not going after this. And we actually got another story point. We are nursing our story points back up to good health, but we are going to be eating a lot of supplies during repairs here. Oh, hello friends. Remember when I said that these guys generally don't go in through the gravity wells? I was mistaken. Okay, so they're still not going to catch me. I guess if I hadn't just exploded myself, I probably still could have taken these guys on, but let's see if we can get a few repairs here. I'd love to have them chase me a little bit more, because I can do the 1v1 here. See what this is, a Nebula-class civilian transport. That's kind of exactly what we need for getting a colony here. So yeah, that's pretty good. We got another fleet over here. We're getting some repairs. We're doing okay. Maybe if I don't send Misko Jagger on there. Remember, we got some officers, we got some names for people that are looking through things, like Guy Bremer. I had another name request I want to remember. Misko, I think, is the other one here. We may hold that ship in reserve because it's pretty beat up already. You know what, though? I'm tired of being shoved around, and I'm not super intimidated by that fleet. You want to E-burn into me? Come at me, brothers and sisters. Do I do emergency maintenance here? Now, that's a very relevant question. It does give me an experience boost. I very rarely do emergency maintenance. And we've let them E-burn a few times. So let's see here. We've got support destroyer, cruiser. I'm not big on that Hawk, to be honest. Let's do emergency repairs here. That doesn't seem quite like it's worth, because it's just going to bring up the things that are already pretty low anyway. Let's just move into engage. Let's try to play this a little smarter. This could work out very well, or this could work out very poorly, or we could get overwhelmed by some of the some weird AI thing taking over the ship here. You know, I got a really good comment on one of my older episodes that was essentially saying, you know, the way you've been playing this game is very safe and you've been avoiding danger a lot and it's kind of boring. And I think part of what's going on there, because it is a valid criticism for the style of run here, but this is and let me make sure I'm actually recording and voicing here. That'd be really awkward to go through this far in the recording and not be. But yeah, this is a Nuzlocke run. It's a special style of run with special rules. That does mean that sometimes... Ooh, I did not get that hit. But that does mean, as Nuzlocke runs go, that you don't always have, like, the safest, like, safety rules here. Sometimes you do have to play it a little close to the vest, and yes, it is a little bit boring here. We're going to try to shimmy over here to the right to keep our fleet in here. In fact, we're going to go over here. We still have some command points available. And those are my missiles. I didn't mean to shoot missiles. I guess they're on auto fire. That is not ideal. Alright, so you have a flamethrower. I'm currently showing my back to the enemies. Also not ideal. What is this game? Okay, we're getting scrap shotted here. But hopefully we can get some good business in here in just a second. Alright, so who's our target? Because right now we're getting shoved off point here. This is our target. We're just going to need to bring everybody in, and we're going to need to make it work. Alright. That's a Reaper. That Reaper almost got me. Okay, so I really don't like that I'm auto-firing missiles right now. But I can't really turn it off either. But this should put us in good position to take on the Vulture Virtue that's over here as well. So if we can just kind of get this around. Once again, we saw in theory how one of these ships can do. But in practice, it's not quite doing as well with the whole melee thing. Come on, missiles. Do your shit. Do your shit. Okay. We did beat up somebody here. And if we can just keep these guys kind of... We just don't want to, like, overscatter ourselves here. So let's... We got 2 command points left, almost 3. Let's collapse on this. And I'm going to back my shit up here. Doesn't look like that's one of mine that's dead, so... Okay, reverse, reverse. I love this ability. It's very wacky, but it's endearing as hell. Okay, so if we can just reposition down here, that'd be awesome. That's a good auto fire. And hopefully we can take you out, because once again, my rammy ship is not really getting in position to ram a lot, but we do have a flamethrower up here, so that's a plus. Who's next? I kind of want to do this, but we're going to do this guy. We have 1 command point left. We're going to have 2 here in just a minute. My big thing is I don't want my fleet to go off doing a bunch of one-on-ones. We're Wolfpack tactics through and through, so... And I'm starting to get the rhythm of these missiles a little bit more. Just really don't want a friendly fire, and it looks like our Bremer friend is getting a little too crazy. So, let's see here. Your hull's not doing great. I can't zoom in too well either. We may just have to hope for the best here. Alright. So let's get you guys up here. Like, I'd love to have you run away. Let's see if we can just have you direct retreat, and let's see if we can reinforce. I know the Ram's combat readiness is low, but we need another warm body. Preferably not one that's gonna die here by sitting in the exact line of fire. Okay, so Gambit's dead. This thing shouldn't last too long. Need to remember to run with my shields up, because I'm about to get surrounded. Okay, where's our fleet at? This is exactly the situation I wanted to avoid. We are doing a little too much here, and right now we are spread out. So I've got to, because we're low on command points, because we don't have infinite one of these, we got to make it through a minute here without having too much spam. So let's get a waypoint epsilon. Let's preferably not get flamethrowered. Like, I'd really prefer not to get flamethrowered today. I should have totally hit my F key first before doing this, but here we go. Okay. There we go. That's a good shot. That's a scary missile that's incoming. And this thing is probably dying, but the worst part is that it's taking 2 of my people here. So, but yeah, to get to the point before is that the nature of the Nuzlocke run a little bit is just that I have to be risk averse. It's not just straight up Starsector. It's skate or die to the new class. I'm just going to reverse here because you guys are giving me a bad time. Wow, that's where we fired the missiles? I mean, it's pretty. And we did lose 1,000 light years somewhere. We need to, like, regroup here in a second. It says it's just disabled, so hopefully that's all it is. Finally, ramming speed. Please, Jesus, ram somebody. Happy Easter, I guess. Oh, that's a religion joke. That's risky on YouTube. Okay, so we've fluxed you out. We just can't hit you. Ooh, I got just jammed by somebody. It's almost like we got hit by a space rock or something. All right, well, you're trying to flee now, right? Okay, you should be dead. All right, you're running. If we target you, everybody should be able to catch up, and hopefully that gets us to regroup over here. Because I don't want these guys, I don't want the big the colossi running away. So let's get up there. You know, this is where I could run in reverse. And that could work out, but... Okay, it's turning around to re-engage. It knows it's being targeted. Alright, sir, you are being hunted. That's a game that I never really got into. But I did like the idea of it, so... Yeah, let's see if we can blow you up and maybe take out those drones in the process. There we go. Alright, so... we can do full assault now. We got our big kills. We just need our little kills here. Okay. So who's left? Because we got a few tiny ships here and we're paused. Let's go double speed for a second. A little risky to go double speed, but I think we're about to start shoving this into the corner. And as nice as some of these like logistics ships are, oh damn, wrong button. As nice as some of these logistics ships are, I do think I'm gonna have to bypass any of the faster ships or any of these ships that we're getting here in combat, and some of these are really interesting. I would okay, we're gonna need to eliminate this guy down here, which means everybody needs to get down there. This guy can just like run for cover, I guess. Okay, this thing's just about dead, so we really need to actually eliminate you instead. Okay. We're gonna let you go. The Bell PD class pirate frigate called Shedu. Legend of Shedu Ultimate Edition. Okay, the enemy fleet is defeated. We can claim victory here. How's this going? I don't think anybody here is in any particular danger, so yeah. But once again, what's the point of a Nuzlocke run? A little bit of it is, okay, we're gonna claim victory, is that sometimes you do have to be risk averse. And that's how it is. Disabled or destroyed was the 700 light years. Retreated from the last engagement was you. That's the only thing that's left. So let's pursue them. Second in command can do it. We'll send a few ships. Ram is really not happy, though. All right, and we got him. Ship recovery. Okay, so we didn't lose a ship because, once again, although we are having some crew problems, we can use difficult recovery to recover ships, but we can't use it to revive our own ships. I'm not going to be getting any of these, but we are going to need to get some more crew here in a second. All right, let's pick through the wreckage. Should be a happy bout of wreckage, to be honest here. It's a lot of sheet metal. All right. Trash you. Trash you. And, yeah, that looks fine. Except for the hull, we're at a crew deficit. That's a problem. So I guess for now, if we mothball you, then we are no longer at a crew deficit, but we do need to ditch some more goods. So probably don't want to ditch that many. There we go. Well, how are we doing on experience? We are... Holy cow. Remember when we were just about level 8 before? We just skipped a level. Okay. Play the, whatever your fancy victory level up music is. Now, once again, we have unlocked on our fleet restrictions here. I'm going to pull this up again here. We do have another skill tree that does unlock... Oh, I just closed the wrong thing. A skill tree that does unlock at level 10. So we're not there yet. But see, that's why we take some of the fights. And that was an interesting fight. And we had some bonus experience banked as well, which is really nice. We actually have a lot of bonus experience banked. So we're going to be flying through some of these levels pretty fast. But we can have 1 cruiser and 3 destroyers available in the fleet now. Don't tell me I've been doing that wrong the whole time. I probably have been doing it wrong the whole time because we were up to level 7 and it looks like I did misread that. Oh well, we're just gonna pretend that I had it right. We're on the run. This is guidelines, not rules. I mean, it is rules. But regardless, what do I want to do here? I'm gonna have to think about this for a minute because we obviously could do really well with officer command. And some of these things are really strong. I need to think about what I want to do here because there's good options all around. We're actually not going to spend the skill points yet. I'm a little too excited about the fact that I totally misread what I was supposed to be doing for fleet doctrine, but it's fine. All right, we lost a crew and heavy machinery. It's cool. Less pay split for everybody else, I guess. We could ditch the harvested organs. That feels bad to not be able to trade them, though. So let's ditch some of these. Very nice, like a bioweapon. We wouldn't want them to know that we're carrying that around, would we? And once again, what always ends up happening here is that I ditch some of this stuff out in space. And I get comments of like, how could you do that? That's my favorite piece of gear. So feel free to leave that in the comments. Anyway, we have a Nebula class civilian transport that is suddenly probably going to be like not the right size. Maybe. It is this. It does give us 400 crew. All we need to do is send 1,000 crew and some other shit over. So this is what we want. Remember, we can't buy stuff. So before we do that, let's just make sure that we don't salvage it because that would mean this whole thing is wasted. Let's check the captain's log here. For Matt Parker, who had cried in the comments furiously saying, why don't you just pick a planet to colonize? We're almost there. We just had to drop by Mona real quick and get a transport here. So we are going to do that now. Captain's log. Civilian transport. All right. So I just put F in the chat, so you don't have to. Did I actually not enter that? Looks like I did. Okay, well. Yeah, we got it. All right, so we're getting you. We're ship recovering. It's a standard recovery. We somehow still don't have enough crew. So we're actually going to have to mothball this for a second. But the important thing is that with our 3 destroyers that we've been illegally flying, it's fine. But our 3 destroyers that we have been illegally flying for a little while here is now we have 1 cruiser and 3 destroyers available to us. Where did I get this wrong? I think part of it is because the past few months have been very crazy. The past week where I didn't record any videos has been crazy for entirely different reasons, so I'm kind of losing my mind. And then work has stacked up to where I'm going insane. And I wish there was a more creative or interesting way to put it other than I'm losing my mind, cuckoo cuckoo, but it's kind of just where we're at, or where I'm at right now. Now we've got some other shit up here. You're just salvagers. There's just a comm relay. We're not trying to get eaten by space mantis ants. There is a whole bunch of shit around here, though. So the Mona system is interesting. And it looks like it's just a debris field over here, so it's probably just a debris field over there. Here, debris field. There, debris field. Everywhere, debris field. And I mean with, ooh, ship graveyard. Didn't even finish exploring the ship. We get salvage rig, Medusa, Mudskipper, Norlasher. So this is, although I like the ads, it doesn't look like I lost anything other than maybe an obelisk or a dram here for getting the transport. I would have picked the transport regardless here. So let's go back and visit Prison Freeport. Initiate transit. Good news, everybody. We didn't die. We got in a little bit of combat. Sometimes you just got to pick your fights correctly. That's sort of the ethos of the Nuzlocke style of gameplay, is that you don't just throw everything recklessly into there. That was a tough fight that I wasn't exactly ready for, that I had just exploded a bunch of my fleet to try to get started, and now here we are. We're going to unmothball you. Remember, logistic ships like this mule and this transport and this tanker, those all fall under the purview of, what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, the fleet restrictions. So I'm not changing the rule because it makes some of the things a little bit too easy. But we're here now. Trade goods. I don't even know if we need to go on the black market at this point. I've got so much stuff here. Money's not really an issue once again, although once we found a colony, it's going to become a little bit of an issue. We want the hypershunt dap. It's really funny. This random ass cough that's kind of stuck with me since I had COVID. Yeah, surprised if I never mentioned that before. God, that was like, what, 3 months ago now? It's still just kind of sticks around a little bit. Now, we do have some blueprints that I can pass off to these people. But what I kind of want to do, because I can totally turn these in. I do like the combat drone replicator. That's going to be fairly important. Then we have some of our usable items here. Empty forge template, don't need it. Get rid of it. The Midas touch here, we already know it. If we sell on the black market here, does this go straight to the pirates? I think it does. Because I'd love to have them build some of these ships for me. I think that seems like a much better idea. The other option would be to trade in some of these to get points. And I'm not exactly sure what the best option is. at this point. So you know what? Before I just go haphazardly selling, let's go visit Midnight Dissonant. I don't think we have any AI cores to turn in. We do have one. We actually need that one. So never mind, I lied. Construction project, we don't have the logistics to do that yet. We just don't have the storage space. Potential supply of remnant ships is very cute. Try attack security codes. So we can't do anything to increase our reputation right now. That's fine. Goodbye, friend. Station commander. If we exchange blueprints, we can get points here. Oh, good. These do count. So we already know this one. That sells for a lot. Look how many points we get for that. We don't get nearly as many points for that. We don't get nearly as many points for that. But we get a ton of points for something I may never even build. That's not a lot of points because it's just weapons. But yeah, that's a decent start. And if we purchase blueprints, we can save our points for later. I wouldn't mind trying to get something that maybe we wouldn't normally be able to get. Like, obviously... Okay, that's gonna bug me if I don't do this now. Let's buy some crew. Hooray. We're gonna need a few more of you. Don't know how so many of you died, but you did, so... Ouch. We actually don't have a ton of fuel. That's weird. And we're gonna cap out our supplies. I need to remember... God, I should know how many supplies I need to found a colony. Ugh. I should know this. I played Starsector enough. But I don't remember, because once again, my mind is going away. And that's really troubling to me, because it's like I am supposed to need to concentrate harder than really I ever have for a very long time for work. And it's just been kind of nonstop for months. And yet, the more I need to concentrate, the more Asher starts going off the rails. You hate to see it, but that's the way it goes. And it's like, try to take a break at things, we'll let the pirates build those for us. And ultimately, the simulation engine fails, and we could sell a pristine nanoforge here to the pirates, let the pirates have it, but I'm going to hold on to it for now. We may be able to make use of that with some other stuff later. All right, so repairing ships is good. We're going to keep these mothballed for now, but we can, with this, especially if I refit it, to do something that lets me have more crew. I'm pretty sure... Oh. I'm sure there's something that lets me get more crew. It's not expanded cargo holds. And it may just be something in the mods, but I'm pretty sure if we do all of this, we can get enough to actually get the 1,000 people on our shit to go found a colony. Even if it means we have to abandon the entire fleet afterwards. Like if we're here and we unmothball you and we unmothball you, we are so close. So it's just finding a few more frigates. I can do that. Let's drop these guys back off. When I say drop them off, we do have let's remind ourselves here. We have two outposts. Epsilon the Spareth with a very low net income, and Tallywall, which is up here. And then the Arn Federation still wants to give us stuff, so we need just a few more tiny logistic ships, and we'll be able to make a colony. So I guess that's going to be my next goal here, is to try to pick up something here, which means we need to drop off our ships. I'm going to try to keep them all together. Because if you remember right, even though I whoopsied on the fleet restrictions here, one of the core tenets of this Nuzlocke style run, And one of the things that makes it a little bit duller, maybe because I've been running away so much, is that you really... Is this? No. This is where we want to go. Is that eventually you're going to have to find your ship somewhere, because we actually cannot buy ships. And I could have solved a lot of problems for myself if I had just been able to spend all this money that I have into ballooning my fleet into such a huge size that I'm constantly running in debt. Reuter Armada. Once again, another fleet that I could take. That's fun. Also, I'm sure the person that's hunting me is just really pissed off right now. What I've read is that apparently it's like the game's simulating two fleets at the same time, the fleet that's pursuing you. But I don't know for sure. This should be our entrance. Let's see if I'm wrong. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do here, just for simplicity's sake, and just because I can deal with the Agni doesn't necessarily mean I want pets on my front door, is that I'm going to go ahead and kind of call my shot on what system I do want to target here. We still have an orbital lab that we can do as well. Manage the colony, not dismantle the colony here. So let's go ahead and store the dram, store the tanker. Like I said, we are really, really, really close. And that's awesome. I can actually take out a cruiser. Do I have a logistics cruiser that would work? I do. I actually have the Panacea that can do the job right now. Now, granted, this ship as well, the Inazuma, this is a really exciting ship. This is a cruiser. This is a light cruiser. This is technically also a cruiser, the very first ship I got. And then we have some other fun ships here. So technically, I didn't need to pick up that civilian transport the whole time. I should remember what I have going on in the game. So, you know what? Instead of just talking a big game, let's go ahead and just take this ship. Alright, so we can now carry enough people to run around. Oh boy, we need some additional crew, don't we? So here's what I'm going to do. We're not going to take you yet. We're going to do this the way that pisses off people that watch these episodes. Apologies. We are going to go ahead and just drop all of the shit in the storage. We can always do another transitory run later. I don't really know anything here that is just something I absolutely need to have right now. Is there a good place to sell this nearby? Olendu. I don't know if the Persian League hates me right now, but it is a good enough price. They only are demanding 400 though. Legio also wants some of these, but let's get these in here first. Actually, don't want to get rid of that, but we just did anyway. Whatever. Get all these in here. Get our super valuables in here, and we hit the sort button, and the game doesn't crash. Thank goodness. We have so many things here. I could actually take one of these. Okay, it's not the logistics core. One of these. There we go. The transpoofer. I love the name of this. It's so good. Because if the Persian League, they're just suspicious of us. So if they need weapons, they're going to be a little suspicious of us selling them. But if I come in as a Persian League group, then surely they will forgive us, right? First off, let's see where this is again. And this is just to make my trips a little bit more here. So Kamari Kandam. Lots of weapons needed in Lucifron as well, but not for a great price. So I don't remember my core world stars. That's one of the issues. All right, so there shouldn't be a huge contingent of things trying to kill me. That's a plus. Let's just see if we can supply this way. And you know what? While we're here, do you guys... Somebody can buy my squelchy humans here. Actually, the base value is 300. And no one's... Apparently, the hivers have just been flooding the market with organic goods. They're like the Whole Foods of space here. The Jeffrey Bezos insectoid Whole Foods for everybody else. They've just flooded the market with body parts. It's just kind of like Amazon's long-term plan. Oh, but anyway, one thing I can do here is if we look at Epsilon the Spareth and Aaron world, if we establish a colony here, we need 1,000 people, we need 200 supplies, we need 100 heavy machinery. Okay, 200 supplies, 100 heavy machinery. I got those. This is actually a pretty nice colony, but if you remember again, one of my primary concerns is I wanted to make sure I had a gate in the system I'd colonized. So we do have... Okay, this is core worlds. We don't really want to go to the core worlds. We have some places here. I like any of the ones that are being guarded by our buddies. The remnants. They are our friends. Maybe. I don't want to be running around like a moron though, so let's actually remember where this is. So Uture, probably not. Galiperia, that's fascinating. Maybe it was Makim. It's not Nele. Hadron. Like, here's the thing, is that I want to make sure when I colonize a place, it has a lot of good planets. So Hadron here. Jungle World. Lots of shit. Desertic World too. We haven't actually surveyed this one, so that's an issue. Planet. Back to the sector. You have... This is faster to go this way. Okay. Is that Jerry? The metallic world? No, I swear I saw something. I think I'm just losing my... There it is, Jerry! Jerry. Yeah, that's how it's spelled. That totally is what it means. Okay. The problem with the place like this is that it is huge. And I don't always want to be dealing with a place that is huge. It's not as defensible. Especially since we're wanting our friends, the remnants, to be doing some of the defense for us here. Also, doesn't necessarily look like there's a good colony candidate here. So is it a Torre? It might be. This place is pretty dense. If we're only doing a one colony challenge here, that means that only having one planet is all that matters. This planet has a pretty high hazard rating, but I do have terraforming materials that can help with that. The high gravity kind of sucks. Hot, mild climate. Dangerous biosphere seems more like fun than anything. Mining would do well here. Farming would do well here. I mean, what am I really missing from the colony? Volatiles? We can just trade for volatiles. So, and then we have our other place here. If I remember right, the other candidate was maybe not this. It was someplace that was just nasty. Although this place also isn't bad, but that place does have a gate. We're overthinking this right now. Let's start, and I'll do some of this looking off camera. Let's start by getting our trades on. We know what materials we need to get. I will look off camera and remind myself, because it's been a little while, but remind myself what the candidates are, because we do have another planet that's around here that's really good, that is in a absolutely awful star system. Like, it's just agnied all to hell. I don't think it's that one. You know what? I can actually check Agni. They do appear on here sometimes. Maybe not. I swear they did. There we go. Agni in the morning, Agni in the evening, Agni at supper time. When you put Agni on a bagel, you can have Agni anytime. And we did survey here, so it's Varon. With the planet titled Chris. That is bountiful farmland, rich ore deposits, ultra rich ore, plentiful organics, fucking military virus. Which the defense rating actually scares me a little bit more. Plus, I can't necessarily say that the Agni will not also try to shoot down my trading stuff. So, like I said, I'm going to lock in on a planet here off camera. Let's go ahead and finish this up by running back into the core worlds and seeing what other trouble we can get into real quick. Because we need to get our supplies, and then we have our ships together, and it's all very good, and nothing bad could possibly happen with people that are flying in the other direction of me. Let's go over here. Where is our course? Course is over to Orlando. Not to be confused with the true hero of Final Fantasy Tactics, Orlando, Florida. Nope, that's also not the winner here. Look at all these places that I can't jump into because I'm not allowed to transverse jump. See, I've been following most of the rules here. I just can't read a number. And you'd think for my job that reading would be very important, and you would be absolutely correct. This is where it drives me even more insane just a little bit. Ooh. Oh, if that was... I thought that was a pirate convoy. I could totally take that. It's a Legio convoy. My beacon's off, so they won't know it's me, but I have other business to attend to. Alright. Orlando, which has a gate. I could have taken the damn gate here. Ugh. Lilu? Is that like a Fifth Element reference? Okay. Do we really only have one gate that we can get into here? Okay, this is next to Beholder Station, so what could possibly go wrong here? Oh, somebody else had the same idea and is trying to jump that. That's fine. I'm going to keep our transponder off for a minute. If we weren't looking suspicious before, we're absolutely suspicious now. It's part of the fun, right? So once again, we do need to pick up more crew. And we're going to need to... We have heavy machinery and we have supplies. Here's the dumb thing. Is that I didn't actually take the big ship to pick up all the crew with me. And I really should have. And I don't know why I didn't. So... You know what? I think I am just losing my mind all of a sudden. And that probably means it's close to time for me to stop. And that's okay. Sometimes we just have to acknowledge our limits here. We haven't actually gone to the dockside bar. That's a really messed up ship. Okay, derelict Cis Bon Comet. That seems like fun. Man smoking in the dark corner. That says 6 light years for the liberation of somebody. From Kesslier. You know, that is an independent place. I'm not going to do it because I got other shit I'm trying to do right now. But it's good to know that I can. Alright, so these guys honestly don't have a bunch of crew either. So local deficit. We can fulfill most of that deficit. And look at all that money. This is why we save our pennies for a rainy day. Look at us and our legitimate trading. We're still absolutely unsuspicious. Unmalicious. Un-anything, really. And more importantly, there's a gate here, so I didn't even have to, like, mess with that. Let's travel through the gate one more time, and I'm actually going to go back to Dutch Harbor. All this here. And I'm just going to circle back around. I could probably just actually end it here. But the thing is that if I'm going to be getting my crew and my supplies together, I need to actually get them together. So that's a fast picket going towards the jump point. It's all independent Reuters. That's fine. Let's go out into hyperspace before somebody jumps me and makes me have to extend this episode longer than my brain can handle. But yeah, this is Asher with Starsector. It's good to be doing this again, although I can't make any guarantees for the next few weeks of what kind of clip I'm going to be able to get episodes out, because this is not my job. This is a hobby. And I appreciate those of you all that understand that, because it's been pretty much nothing but support from you all in the Discord and here the comments saying take care of your shit that you need to. And that's what I've been doing. And really what it boils down to is that sometimes your work just has to take priority, no matter how much it hurts or it sucks. I was supposed to buy some more crew. That's why I went out there. Well, you know, that's a little bit of a oops. Do I have any crew sitting in storage? It seems like the kind of thing I used to have that I don't have now. So does anybody else have a deficit nearby? Looks like Legio does. At ES Exodus. Legio doesn't hate us, right? I don't think they do. So let's just grab 600 of these. And hopefully that'll remind me next episode that I do, in fact... I should have just sold all those off. But we'll put our squishies... We'll put our squishies back in storage. But yeah. Next time we're going to found our colony. Get that started. And I just want to say again that I appreciate you all's continued support. I'm not even going to lie and say that this is a rough patch and everything is on fire and terrible. Don't get me wrong. Everything is on fire. But this is, as I have to remind myself, this is the kind of stuff that I asked for and I signed up for. And some days, some weeks, some months, and apparently some 2023, you just have to do the work. And that's the way it is. So next time, TBD, we will be colonizing a planet and continuing this phase of the run. But hey, for those of you that wanted some combat, we got some combat and it worked out pretty well. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your thoughts in the comments, suggestions. Laugh at me for not being able to read numbers. I'll see you next time.